So let's talk about the Trayvon Martin situation. First, we gotta start with Geraldine Rivera. I want to say
Geraldine Rivera.
Yeah.
I was about to say Geraldine, whatever her name is, died.
Yeah.
What was the name? The lady ran for vice president, Geraldine Ferrero or something like that.
Girl, I don't know who she is. You know the
I don't know. The girl, the female, the first female vice presidential candidate before Sarah Palin in the 1980s.
No, I sure don't.
You didn't know that?
No.
Oh, everybody always know she was white. Oh, I forgot.
But Geraldine,
she was a white lady.
what?
She people thought that a lot of people, well, youngsters thought that Sarah Palin was the first female vice president candidate, but it was actually Geraldine Ferrer in the 1980s when her and Michael, Democrat, her and Michael Dukakis were running against, no, not Michael Dukakis, no, I'm saying his name wrong. The former vice president, Walter Mondale.
Okay. All right.
They were running against Ronald Reagan and George Bush in the 1984 election.
Oh wow! I never knew there was actually a woman that was vice president.
No, she wasn't vice president.
Not vice president.
Yeah, because a lot of people thought that it was Sarah Palin was the first one, but she was actually the second one.
Yeah. Now, before we talk about Trayvon Martin, which is still a part of it, can we talk about Skittles and Ice Tea?
Geraldine Ferrero.
Yes. I never heard of her. She's Hispanic?
No, she's white. She just died. She just died last year in March. Yeah, she just died. She was in her 70s. Go ahead.
So all those people tweeting me about y'all need to get on Skittles and the Arizona company because they're getting all this free advertisement because of Trayvon Martin. It is not Skittles, nor is it Arizona's fault
that they're getting all this.
For all this free press. If y'all want to go out and buy iced tea and Skittles, that's the fucking one y'all.
Nobody's telling them to do that. Mm-hmm. Skittles is not saying, "Oh, look at us, look at us, look at us. We're gonna take advantage of this moment and come buy our stuff." Yes. No, you all are trying to send a message out to the Sanford police down there by saying, "We're gonna send you this stuff that Trayvon Martin had on him the night he was killed to show you that this is not a weapon." Okay, fine. Nobody's telling you not to buy the stuff. You want to buy the Skittles? Fine. You want to buy the iced tea? Fine. But I had to ask this girl this question on Twitter. If Skittles was not doing so good, and if people weren't buying the stuff, would we still ask them to pay Trayvon's parents? Or would we be asking Trayvon's parents to pay them? Right or wrong? Okay. So then why should they have to pay Trayvon's parents? Nobody's not telling them to go out and buy that stuff. Sure not. So I think that's a stupid thing to say that, Skittles should be paying. Why? Why should Skittles
First of all, Skittles do so well, they don't even have commercials. They don't need commercials. I've never seen a fucking Skittle commercial in my life. Okay. Oh, I'm lying. Taste the rainbow.
Not only that. Even if this Trayvon Martin case wouldn't have happened, Skittles would still be doing well. They probably wouldn't be doing as good as they might be doing now.
I'm thinking they don't have commercials, but they have commercials, but I don't remember the last time I've seen a Skittles commercial.
No, I got what you're saying. Skittles is doing very well. Mm-hmm. So regardless if this happened with Trayvon Martin or not, they would still be doing well. Mm-hmm. And even if they weren't doing well, they'd still be doing well. Because I'll buy Skittles.
And Arizona is doing great. With no damn promotion. Because every store I go to, especially a Puerto Rican store, you want to have your 24-ounce cans, and now they got the 20-ounce bottles with the lid on them. Arizona is doing great, and I love Arizona.
And they're good, and they're cheap.
And we drink them in every video, and the people can say, "Oh, well, y'all shouldn't be doing that because y'all giving out free advertisement." If we want to drink Arizona, we can drink Arizona.
We can drink it. And I just think it's stupid for people to suggest that they should have to pay Trayvon Martin's family. No, they should not. Because you wouldn't be asking Trayvon Martin's family to pay them if their stocks were going down. Mm-hmm. Would you? No, you would not.
So let's keep it moving now.
Okay.
Let's talk about the Hoodie situation. Geraldo. His name is not Geraldine. It's Geraldo. So Geraldo Rivera, if you don't know who he is a legendary reporter who now works for Fox News. He's been all around in the TV circuit. Okay. And he's now on Fox.
He was on TV when I was growing up. Okay. He was one of the Oprahs of TV.
Okay. Okay. So he's been at Fox News for a long time now. And what he said on there, saying that a Hoodie played a part, had as much part to do with George Zimmerman killing Trayvon. I can't get it out right because I'm so mad. The Hoodie played a part in Trayvon's death just as much as George Zimmerman shooting him, because he's saying that blacks or Latinos should not be going around wearing hoodies because you become an instant target and for people to racial profile you because you're wearing a hoodie. Now, I've been on this earth 27 years, some might say allegedly even more, but I've never walked out the door in a hoodie worried about somebody going to racial profile me because I have on a hoodie. Never have my mother told me, oh, don't wear a hoodie because people are going to look at you as a criminal. So whatever Geraldo went through back in his time, he needs to let that go. People always wear hoodies. It's fucking raining. So you mean to tell me if I don't have an umbrella and it's raining, I'm just supposed to not wear a hoodie to the store? That boy was minding his own business. He was minding his own business, and then you got somebody looking at him because he's black and got a hoodie on, looked at Trayvon like that, and you know the cops told him, do not go after him. Do not pursue him. And he still went and did it anyway. And this is where we're at. You know, the whole world is talking about this situation right now. But have you ever felt afraid wearing the hoodie?
Okay, let me just say this. I do not in any way, shape, or form agree with what Geraldo said. But I see what he is saying. Because basically, you may not have felt that way. Mm-hmm. But I was talking to my friend last night in my car. And he was saying to me how he thinks that ever since this whole Trayvon Martin case happened, you see a lot of guys now in Philly wearing hoodies. And I said, that's kind of true. You know, because a lot of people, but I'm saying with them, you know, with the hoodies on. Yeah. So I said, you know what, I think it's something that has to do with people being a little bit more defiant towards the police. Because now I think police here are a little bit skeptical if they want to stop you because you have a hoodie on, because then they don't want to be perceived as, oh, we're just stopping you. You see what I'm saying? Because this whole case. I understand what Geraldo is saying, because a lot of times minorities are targeted because they have on a hoodie. You see what I'm saying? And so it's sad that police do that, because me, I can be walking down the street with a hoodie on because I have a bald head. And a lot of times, contrary to what you all may think, I don't like wearing a hat. So I may throw on a hoodie and just put the hood on my head. And you know, you have to be careful because of the fact that if you're walking down the street at night and a police officer rides past you and you have on a dark hoodie, 9 times out of 10, they're watching you to see who you are and what you're doing. You see what I'm saying? So I think that I don't necessarily like exactly what Geraldo said, but I think he was on to something. But to suggest that we as minority young men should just stop wearing hoodies altogether, I don't agree with that. Because now I am bowing down to this whole stereotype of, oh, because you have a hoodie on, then somehow you're automatically suspicious. No, I'm not automatically suspicious at all because I have a hoodie on, because I've never been arrested. I've never been charged for anything. I've never been in any type of crime where you would even need to call me suspicious. But you have some police officers out there who do go through training, and they're trained to look for certain activities and suspicious looking people. And a lot of times when people are, I'm going to just be honest with you. When I got arrested, Lord. When I got robbed 7 years ago, each and every one of those guys who robbed me had on a hoodie. You see what I'm saying? So Geraldo, even though I don't agree with what he was saying entirely, he was on to something. Because you do have to be careful when you are near somebody or walking past somebody down the street who has on a dark hoodie. Because 9 times you don't know what they're doing or what they have. But you know what? But I think to suggest that me as a young minority, I should just stop wearing hoodies altogether so that when the police see me, they won't deem me as suspicious. Child, I'm black in America, so whether I have on a hoodie or not, they will already deem me as suspicious.
But something that's making me, I'm not mad about it, but something that's making me think is like, why in the hell is the hoodie the big thing? The big thing that
associates him because he's young, he's black, and remember what George Zimmerman said? He has his pants sagging, he has on a hoodie, oh, he's black, he just looks suspicious.
No, he was saying,
you see what I'm saying?
I understand that, but it was nothing, it was nothing that was like, it was nothing where he was saying where the hoodie was like, oh yeah, bitch, he's definitely suspicious, let me go after him. It's like, it's the media, they make big stuff out of stuff. Like, come on now, people having hoodie parties and Arizona and iced tea and Skittles parties. I understand where y'all coming from, where y'all saying he only had on the hoodie and he had iced tea and Skittles, but people sensationalize stuff too much. Let's talk about the real issue. The real issue is he was profiled because he was black. And that's where the suspicion came in. I don't think it was just because he had on a hoodie that made George Zimmerman say, oh, well, he's suspicious. Out of 46 fucking phone calls from 2011, not 2001, since 2011, all because they're black and they look suspicious and they probably not supposed to be in the area.
But no, I agree with you. A part of it could be because of the fact of how he looked, because he was a young black guy, and the hoodie could play into factor as well. But you got to remember that this isn't. I'm glad. To be honest with you, I'm glad that the media is making a big thing out of the hoodie because it's bringing focus to this long thing with this whole stereotype with the police. Who, when they go through this type of training, they're trained to know what to look for. Just like the TSA at the airport. Anybody could be a terrorist, but they're trained to look for a certain type of suspicion, how they act. So police, they're trained to look for people who look and who dress a certain way. It's sad, but Trayvon Martin fit that description of what most police officers look for when they're looking for a suspicious black guy.
And come to think about it,
that's why George Zimmerman was so on point with telling that dispatcher, oh, his pants is sagging, he has on a hoodie, he got his hand, he's hiding his hand, he just looks so suspicious. Because this is what they look for when they're trying to focus on somebody who looks suspicious. Let me say something. If you stand me, who dresses like this, next to somebody who has their pants sagging, a dark hoodie on, who do you think police gonna look to the most as being me or them?
They're gonna look at them as a criminal,
yeah, because of how they dress. So I think that this whole thing with the hoodie situation, even though it's a much bigger picture than the hoodie's definitely a part of it. And I'll be damned if somebody tell me, oh, you should just stop wearing hoodies. No, I should not.
I should not.
And you guys should stop.
Hoodies in the springtime.
Yeah, you guys should just stop
racial profiling.
And then adding that whole, the hoodie thing, the whole hoodie situation. No, because not everybody who wears a hoodie is suspicious, okay?
Makael, what does a white suspicious person look like? I just wanted to ask
suspicious person. What do you mean? As far as what?
What do they like? What do they look like? Like you can't even.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. When you see not just a white person, but even some black people, when you see a white guy or a black guy who looks a certain way, a lot of times, what do we say? Oh, he looks like a pervert. Because we know what perverts got that look. Not all perverts look the same, but a lot of them have that look where they are loners and they just have that look to them.
The only time I think of like when white people might be suspicious is if they acting a little off.
Yeah, but see, you know what? We all do it. Because what I was going to say was, even though we may see a certain person, like a certain white guy or a certain black guy that looks a certain way, and me, because a lot of times I say this, I'm guilty of it. I may see a certain white guy or a certain black guy, and I may say, oh, he looks like a pervert. But just because he looks like that doesn't mean he's a pervert. You see what I'm saying? And the same thing for Trayvon Martin. Just because he had his jeans sagging and his big hoodie didn't mean that he was a criminal or that he was out to rob these people. He was simply trying to go back to his dad's fiance's house.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So not only is George Zimmerman guilty and the police station is guilty, but we ourselves are guilty of it too. Because a lot of times we pinpoint certain people because of how they look, and that may not always be the case. We all do it. We all do it. So I'm kind of glad that the media is bringing this whole hoodie situation about, because now it's opening a bigger discussion of people who throw people in these stereotypes of what does a pervert look like, or how does a pervert act. Well, the pervert looks like that.
But you know what? A lot of criminals, especially the black criminals, they do wear the same stuff: Timberland boots, jeans. That sag.
Well, I don't know any criminal who wants to run and get away is gonna wear some boots.
Oh, they wear them. They obvious because I see them every day. But I don't live in fear. You know, My thing is sometimes when white people, it's not about what you got on. First of all, first thing they see is your skin color, bitch. Don't fuck with me. Mm-hmm. Some people you might ask them a question and they get a real scary look. Like, bitch, what are you about to ask me?
Let me tell you something. You know what? White people could have threw their hands up.
Excuse me.
You know how black people are so up in arms about this whole racial profiling thing with Trayvon Martin? Mm-hmm. You know something? I was thinking about this not too long ago. White people could have actually did the same thing 10 years ago with the whole DC sniper. Because
you couldn't tell me he wasn't a black man.
That's how the news was portraying. The news kept saying that this fits the profile of a white guy and his, and that's what we all thought. That it was a white person going around killing people. And then what happened? It was two black guys. And we said, what the fuck? This is what white people do. But see, white people, they could have been upset and said, well, how come y'all assume that we just go around shooting people?
Because
And
that was too fucking crafty. That was too much thought. Black people don't think like that. That shit was thorough.
Okay.
We want to shoot from this angle, 45 degrees. I'm gonna hold it like.
And white people and black people don't own those type of guns.
No.
They was using rifles and shots.
Wow.
But I'm saying the point that I'm trying to make is. We all stereotype and profile people. White people get profiled when it comes to somebody killing somebody and somebody raping somebody, and black people get profiled when it comes to them killing somebody or robbing somebody. They all get profiled.
But now let's talk about, because there's a lot going on with this case. Let's talk about, okay. Oh yeah, we'll talk about that next month. We'll talk about next month. And next month is next Monday, because there's a lot of changes coming.
Okay.
But, Joe Oliver.
Oh my God!
He might be a paid spokesperson for.
Did you see that? And did you see that? With
bitch, I never watched Lawrence.
Me neither.
Life, but girl, I got my life from him and Charles Blow. I can't take it.
Oh, he was reading down.
And
okay, I said, I was looking at me when Charles Blow was going in. Was that me? He was saying everything. He told me I don't want to hear this.
He went in.
Go ahead, girl.
So, girl, let's just long story short, because we're trying to work on breaking shit down shortly. Basically, Joe Blow, not Joe Blow.
Joe Oliver.
Joe Oliver is going on a media tour, bitch. Oh. He done quit his job. He is defending his friend.
His friend.
For 6 years.
Well, one minute is his close friend. The next minute ain't his close friend.
Yes, it's his wife's child.
It's his wife.
It's already sounding black. It's his wife. His wife is friends with George Zimmerman's mother-in-law.
So he quit his job to go on his wife's friend's mother-in-law's son.
Girl, you couldn't even script this shit right here, basketball.
Couldn't write this. You couldn't script this if you want. I couldn't make this up if I wanted to. Okay. Beyonce couldn't write this song if she wanted to. Okay.
But she could steal it though. She's good at that.
I don't think she would want to steal this one. Okay. Can you imagine the copyright infringement?
I know who's gonna make a case like this. Special Victims Unit, Law and Order. Next season they're gonna do a show like this. Yes, they are. But so Joe Oliver's going around telling everybody George Zimmerman is not guilty. He had blood on the back of his head and his nose was bloody, or almost had a broken nose. But he's talked to George, but he doesn't know where George is. But that's your friend, and you quit your motherfucking job for him, and you don't even know where George is at. So it's all seeming fishy. Lawrence O'Donnell, he must be a lawyer, because he broke it down so sweetly, like with every situation. He broke it down.
He did his homework.
Yes, and he went down, then he went down, bitch. And then he said, he tagged Charles. He said, Charles. Then Charles went in like, bitch, I'm not even believing this. You can't be his friend. Are you getting paid to do this?
Okay.
How are you getting your money? Because you quit your job, like, really?
You know what really got me was when he claimed that his his 17-year-old daughter told him that
yes,
was a term of endearment. And so then they said, well, regardless of
in Louisiana,
do you think that what's his name? George Zimmerman was using it on that phone. Do you think that he was using it as a term of endearment?
No.
He couldn't even answer that question.
Because now he know George Zimmerman is guilty.
No, because he know his 17-year-old daughter ain't telling him.
And he probably don't even have a 17-year-old.
And if she did tell him some shit like that, she and him needs to be sent away.
And what they said was coon something, coon. No, it was a coon word as in term of
Coon.
I never heard of that.
Coon is something. And Charles Blow said, well, I'm from down there. I ain't never, and mind you, he said, I ain't never heard that before. I said, yes.
Never.
I've
never heard. Only thing I've heard as a term of endearment is nigga. That's it. I don't hear nigga this like not. No, I'm trying to think of. I don't hear nothing else that go on with nigga except for nigger, and that's what
not nigger.
Not nigger. Nigga, please. Like
but
you know.
I just don't understand Joe Oliver. And then Joe Oliver had, when he said that he's no longer working because he wanted to help defend his friend, but yet he hasn't seen his friend.
Mm-hmm. Don't know where he at.
He doesn't know where he is. He didn't, mind you. Oh, they went in because they said, mind you, I don't even think Joe Oliver knew that George Zimmerman was a neighborhood watch. Because they asked him, so you mean to tell me for this guy to be your close friend, you didn't know that in the past year he called 911 46 times? No, I didn't know. Why would I know that? I didn't. Why would I ask that? You don't have to ask.
You will already know because that's your friend.
Will come and say, "That's what I had to call 911 because so and so." You know, they just 46 times and he never mentioned not once that he called 911.
How you not know that he's been arrested before, fighting the cop and everything, and that's your friend?
Oh no, he knew. Remember, he knew, but he claimed that he was going over there to defend his friend.
He could have been drunk.
But Lawrence O'Donnell said, let me read you what the police officer said. He was drunk and he started pushing and scuffling and he wouldn't go to hell.
And I heard the cop was black too, but that's not even the point. It's just that y'all, all we want is an arrest. That's all we want. Let's arrest him so he can go to trial, give him a fair trial, and let the jury decide it. You know, that's all we want. We got enough evidence to convict him. He's a mess. We have enough evidence to convict him. Let's arrest him. And another thing that needs to be discussed. How the fuck you know what George Zimmerman's address is and telephone number, and you out there putting it on Facebook, and you putting it on Twitter, and you fucking leaving it in my comments on YouTube? Okay, gonna fuck with that old ass couple.
Spike Lee needs to be.
Where that fucking Zoom?
Spike Lee. Spike Lee. Mr. 40 Acres in a Nene.
Okay.
You need to be
ashamed.
Cheating chart.
And you better fucking apologize.
Okay.
And you are not doing the right thing. First of all, why would you even do that? Why would you even
partake in that?
Yes. You're supposed to be a grown-ass man. Ain't you supposed to be worried about what kind of movies Tyler Perry making? You out there tweeting about tweeting about their address and all of that. And this family all over TV crying and stuff, saying they can't have a regular life. Even the cops tell them they can't live in that neighborhood no more because now people are sending death threats to them, people mailing them, calling them, saying all kinds of shit to them. Spike, go ahead.
First of all, even if it was George Zimmerman's address, you still should not participate in stuff like that.
You are a grown-ass man.
What George Zimmerman did to Trayvon Martin has nothing to do with the rest of his family. Yes, his family is going to defend him because they believe in their heart that he's innocent.
Yeah.
But you don't take it out on them. Because now you're putting his family involved and they have nothing to do with that. For Spike Lee to actually take it upon himself to retweet an address that he thought was George Zimmerman's, but then turned out to be the address of a 74-year-old man and his 70-year-old wife getting death threats and people throwing stuff at their house and stuff. What kind of shit is Spike Lee? I don't understand. For the past few years, I have not been understanding him, period. Because he likes to start attacking other film directors for no reason.
Instead of helping them, he
just likes to go on and on this whole, I want to attack everybody. And then he does this, and I think he apologized on Twitter, but then that was it.
Is you calling them? Are you sending them some money back?
That's what he should do.
Hotel?
That's what he should do.
You know?
Or he should take his 40 acres and a mule Nene go down to their house and plow their grass for them for a whole month. You don't do stuff like, you just don't do stuff like that. I don't participate in stuff like that. When people send me stuff like somebody's phone number or this is so-and-so's phone number, I don't retweet it, I don't call it, don't send me nobody's address because I'm not retweeting that because George Zimmerman's family has nothing to do with that.
If anything,
so
you want to
involve
tweet, anything you want to tweet or retweet, how about the Sanford Police Department address?
That's retweet or tweet that, Spike
or Chief Bill Lee, whatever his name is. That's what you do. You don't be doing shit
Spike
like
Lee,
that.
you are the ultimate idiot for doing
he's
that.
definitely old enough to know right from
He's
wrong.
old enough to know better, okay? Spike Lee was around before hairdressers came about, okay? He knows better. He knows better. He knows better.
But you know, this whole Trayvon Martin thing, let me tell y'all something. Tell y'all something really real. This Trayvon Martin thing got America up in arms.
Okay.
We are up in arms because a white or a Latino man killed a black man. When we have black people killing black people in our neighborhoods, and we don't even get all up in arms for shit like that. So I understand why people are doing these rallies and stuff, but we gotta remember, we gotta take care of our own backyards too. If you want to be out there protesting, you gotta protest the shit that's going on in your neighborhood. If you see you got drug dealers in there, how about trying to come together? Let's end this. We gotta get this out of our neighborhood. This is not cool. Or if you've seen something, you know, I know you might be afraid that somebody might try to kill you, but all it takes is one person to step up and to fight this. You know, if we can all band together for Trayvon, we should be able to do this in our own neighborhoods.
But you know what? I understand what you're saying, and I agree with what you're saying. But the way I look at it, because I had this conversation with this female on Twitter, Trayvon Martin to me is not about what neighborhood he lives in, or what state he lives in, or what city he lives in. Trayvon Martin to me is about every African American son, brother, uncle, nephew, cousin. This could have been anybody's child. You see what I'm saying? Because Trayvon Martin and the black kids that live down there in Florida are not the only black kids in this country who walk around at night with hoodies on. You see what I'm saying? So I think this whole Trayvon Martin case, yes, I understand what you're saying. Yes, we should be doing this in our same neighborhood. But at the same time, what happened to Trayvon Martin could have happened in our neighborhood. So I think that a lot of people should remember that, okay, yes, this is not in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. This is in Sanford or Orlando, Florida, whatever that is at. But this is something that happens on a daily basis or could happen in our backyard. And so we should be protesting and fighting for this, because this could happen. This could happen to one of your nephews. You see what I'm saying? Jeremy or Richard could be walking the street one day and he get profiled and they get shot. This could happen to somebody that I know. This could happen to me. This could happen to you. It could happen to anybody. So, because there were a lot of people on Twitter who were being really, really rude and just saying, "Oh, I'm not going to participate in this at all because I didn't know him, and this ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm fighting for the people in my neighborhood." Okay, if that's how you feel, fine. But don't blow out my candle so yours can shine brighter. Okay? Because I think this is something that could be. This is not just a who and what neighborhood. This is a national thing.
Yeah, it is. But I just want, if you can get together, if you can all march peacefully, because you know I don't do rallies, so I don't. I just don't. But if y'all could,
I'm just saying.
It's just no. You just don't understand how I feel when I be around all the people. But anyway, if you could do that peacefully, why not do something in your community where you say, let's have a community watch, nothing like George Zimmerman, but something where you can help these people in your neighborhoods, you know, just to better themselves and do stuff. Like this could turn into something positive because there's so much unity right now. Like all black people are getting together. Now, okay, we can fight the Trayvon Martin thing, but now let's fight, let's clean up our neighborhoods. Let's do something positive. Don't just look at it, oh, because a white person killed a black person, everybody's going out of control. You know, don't lose. What's the word I'm trying to say? Don't forget what it's about if you're going to go out there and protest. Do not be going out there fucking running in Walgreens and stealing shit off the wall. That's not what the movement is about. That's not what the Martin family would love for you to do. And the eye for an eye thing with the new Black Panthers. That right there is all the way wrong.
Oh my God! Did you
all
see
the way
that
wrong
on CNN?
Looking like fucking fools on TV.
And then the guy, Anderson Cooper kept saying, "But the father does not want y'all to do it." Well. Basically, we don't care what the father said. We gonna go out and kill him.
They put $10,000 on George Zimmerman. That's all y'all got. You know what? I shouldn't be encouraging more.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
Don't do that.
I shouldn't be doing
Don't
that.
even encourage that. Because a couple people in that Black Panthers organization is a.
Yeah, they remind me of people that be downtown.
They got quite a few screws loose. Okay.
But yeah, y'all, this is something that really got America talking. And just know, racism will never go away. No matter how far you think we've come, people will always say how they feel behind a computer screen. I go to enough news websites to see the racism there. If something happens in your community, especially local, like if I go to Channel 6 website, and there's a black person on there, of course it was a black person. Of course it's this and all of that. Somebody been going around slashing tires all this fucking time. It's a white person. And I looked in the comments. Ain't nobody had nothing racist to say about it. Or, it's just crazy that racism is it is what it is. It's nothing you can do about it. Racism will always have a face. It will always be there. And just to think about it, fucking the March on Washington was only like 50 years ago. Almost 50 years. It's going to be, next year will be 50 years ago. And we've come far, but we ain't go that damn far.
You know what's funny? Because I always say, as long as the sun is shining, there will always be racism. People always ask, do you ever think we can live in a country where there's no racism?
No.
No. Why? What? No. Are you crazy? No.
We always going to have our personal stereotypes about white people, Latino people. It's always going to be there. It's always going to be Japanese. And you know what? 75% of the time, most of the stereotypes are true. Like, that's the craziest
Only
thing.
75?
Well, I'm trying to keep it cute. So
no,
I have to put it on mute.
Everybody it's not just, people stereotyping black people and putting them in this box. Black people, because this guy, oh my God. He had the nerve to say to me on Twitter, we were going back and forth about the case, and then I don't know how racism came up, and then the guy wrote me, and I said something about, I think I said something about racist, and then the guy said to me, oh, but George Zimmerman wasn't white, he was Latino. And I said, excuse me, there are Latino races. I said, there are black races. There are white races. What do you mean, just because George Zimmerman is Latino that he can't be racist? I'm not saying that he is racist, but I mean, how dare you say, oh, since he's Latino, he can't be racist? And
then again, it's racist within their own fucking race.
Okay. They don't
like black people.
Some black people don't even want to be black. Okay. I don't like the way I look. Why not? You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
it just comes in, racism comes in all shapes and forms. And then again, like, you would think that, honestly, some Latino people would be more closer to blackness, but they shut the black side out and say, no, I only want to date or only want to be with someone that's white or Latino. Because I don't know why, but I guess they want to be closer to the white. I don't know. But it's a lot of stuff out there, y'all. Whatever floats your boat, let it float your boat, but don't let it come from a negative standpoint. If you love white people, let it be you love white people for this and not because of a stereotype. But I am glad that something like this happened. Trayvon Martin had to be that person because now America is talking about it.
Well, you're not glad that happened.
Well, no, but I'm just saying that, it's a shame that he had to be that, but I'm glad that America is really talking about it. Because, the last time we really had the big race debates was 4 years ago with Barack Obama. White people don't want him to be there, and they all get together having all kinds of racist shit. Then you had the Tea Party and all of that stuff. But this case right here got everybody talking, everybody. Even if you try to escape it, if you turn on any news program, you're going to see Trayvon Martin's face. So everybody has to have an opinion about it. My opinion is, right now we're doing a lot of talking, and that's because he's not arrested. But I think, oh my God, that damn surveillance tape. Did you see that?
Of course I did.
I'm about to go off because I ain't seen no blood stains on the fucking head, no grass stains on his coat or on his chest, no blood. Yeah, with a broken nose.
But then again, let's be fair. Because did he say it? Or did
the lawyer said it. So, bitch, if he has an almost broken nose, if your nose is bleeding, right?
Patches or no nothing.
You have blood stains on your shirt. And don't give me that fucking excuse, the video was grainy. I done seen grainy fucking videos. No,
but not only that, there's nothing on his face that indicate that he was bandages on his face or anything. And you know what was so funny? Because they interviewed on Nancy Grace the
Undertaker
who did Trayvon Martin's body, and he was just saying that the only signs on Trayvon Martin's body was the gunshot wound. He said there was no signs on his body to show that he was in any type of struggle or anything like that. You know, and I'm sure and he said he's been doing that for about 40-something years, and you know, he's seen, and I'm sure if there was some type of struggle on his body, it would have came up on him. He said the only thing that saw was the gunshot.
Well, I'm sure they probably took pictures of Trayvon, and when they had that case, I don't want that to leak. I don't want that to leak. They're gonna have to show it.
Well, yeah, to the courtroom, not to the. We don't need to see that. I don't need to see.
Same thing like they did with Michael Jackson. That case is gonna be on every TV. I know they're gonna arrest him soon.
That's gonna be the new OJ case.
Yeah.
The George Zimmerman. That's gonna be the new OJ case.
I remember that about the OJ Simpson thing. That was like 20 years ago. I remember that. And it wasn't over until like 1996. Like October 96. I remember it.
You know what's so funny about that? That happened on June 14, 1994.
Yeah.
How do I remember it? Ask me how I remember it.
Because your grandma's birthday, right?
Nope. That was the day my grandma died. That. And it was all on the news. All on the news. And this is the ironic thing about it. Every year that I graduated from school was always on the June 14th. I graduated from middle school June 14, 2000. High school June 14, 2004.
That's crazy.
That's very crazy. And I will never... My grandmother and O.J. Simpson will always be associated with each other because that all happened the day that she passed.
But it would be more for your grandma than OJ.
Well, no, I know, but I'm saying every time I remember that, because it happened that same day. Yeah. That same day. That Bronco chase, I'm sorry. That all happened that it was just,
I remember that.
It was a mess. It was just a mess. It was a mess. I remember that too. If you weren't old enough to remember that, then you were young. I remember it. Why I remember that, and you and I remember it? Because that was on all the TV. Just like this Trayvon Martin thing, that was on every TV screen. Them chasing him on that thing. Every TV screen. Just like it was on 9/11, every channel you touch it. You would have thought that O.J. Simpson was like the president that they was chasing because it was on every TV screen. Every channel you touch. What the hell?
I think he did it and he got away with it.
Hell yeah, he did it!
Yeah, he got away with it.
But see, back then, black people were kind of supporting him because black people didn't really believe that he did it because they thought that the white man was out to get him. The successful black guy. But as the years went on, couldn't tell me OJ didn't kill that.
Could you imagine that Twitter was around back in that time?
If Twitter was around back in that time, can you imagine if Twitter was around when Whitney and Bobby's reality show was on TV?
That was my show.
That would have been a read down every week. Every week they would have got read. What?
That was my show.
What?
That's when Bravo really started to pop off because Bravo used to be a regular, not Nancy, but boring ass channel, and then Bravo just popped. You know, that could be our future home one day. I would love to be on Bravo.
Twitter, really? Yeah. Can you imagine? Yeah, if Twitter was around then.
Yeah,
that's horrible. But you know what made me? Throughout the years, OJ just really. But you know what really got me? That sealed the nail on the coffin with me believing that OJ killed her was when he wrote that book. If I did it. If I did. Why would you ever write something like that?
And he got children by this one.
And then had the nerve to say the money from the book was going to his kid. You can keep that money, sir. If I did it, this is how I would have done it.
But see, look how God worked, because now OJ is in jail for like 30 years.
But unfortunately, he's not in jail for that case.
Yeah, it's for something else.
Is done. But he's in jail.
But you know they was going to find a way to get his ass. You got us one time.
Oh, yeah.
We going to get you back.
But you know what? I said the same thing about George Zimmerman. Everybody is so upset about why he isn't arrested now. I feel as though God and is mapping this all out. George Zimmerman his day is going to come sooner than we think. Because now, look how this piece of the puzzle is coming together with this whole videotape. This whole videotape, now you know they're going to use that in court.
Yeah.
I would like to know who leaked that videotape.
But you know,
somebody leaked it.
The police department leaked some stuff on Trayvon.
Yeah.
He got arrested for getting high, and
it had nothing to do with the case.
It was a lot.
Nothing to do with the case. Nothing. And then they leaked his school stuff. And they said, and they had a lawyer on TV and said that you're not allowed to do that without the parents' consent.
But they were saying the police department they had their whole, I guess.
The police department trying to cover their ass.
Yeah, because they did this
basically, yeah.
And then Lawrence O'Donnell, he got on one of the fucking people from the Orlando Sentinel. He went in on them saying, "No, who gave y'all this information? Y'all writing this like this is fact. So if this is something that's not fact, you would have said according to blah 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 blah."
Yeah.
But no, y'all writing it as fact. So where did y'all get this information? She was just like, no, blah, blah, blah. I like this Lawrence O'Donnell guy. Y'all need to get into him on MSNBC. But I'm glad that Nancy Grace has finally started to talk about it.
Of course, because she's feeling the pressure.
Because, girl,
she's feeling the pressure.
Yes.
Okay.
She ain't had no choice. She can't save all these white girls, girl. Now it's time to talk about something that's real. You are a justice thing-based show. Let's talk about getting justice for Trayvon Martin.
Okay.
You know? Let's talk about justice. Now, there is something before I go. There is another case that looked like it's going to pop off that went down in Jackson, Mississippi. From what I watched, it was a guy named Nolan Ryan Henderson. He was a JSU freshman in Jackson, Mississippi, who was killed because he allegedly bumped a football player, and after he bumped the football player, the fight escalated 3 times. 3 times he was jumped by people, and they were saying that it's by the people of the football team that jumped him, and then he was shot in the face and he was killed. The police are not fully cooperating. Not the police, the school, huh? The school are not fully cooperating with the family, and the football team were told not to say, allegedly, football team were told not to say anything to the media. The family's trying to get the police to talk to the football team, and the police are telling the family that we can't get the whole football team down here together. So, you know, it's looking real fishy right now. And my thing is, I don't know what all went on, but if you got witnesses that seen people fighting 3 times, why didn't anyone pick up the phone to call the police if they seen all of this is going down? You know, I don't know fully everything that happened. Because I know this could be another case that blows up more. And I hope that it does, because I would love to see justice for this family too, because that's not right. You don't have all the evidence and then don't want to work on the evidence. You know, it's a lot of stuff going on in the United States. The woman was killed in Chicago, shot in the face. It's a lot of stuff, y'all. It's a lot of stuff going on.
She was shot in the face.
She was shot in the face by a cop. I was watching this video a couple days ago. The guy didn't have nothing on him, but the cop shot the gun. The gun shot the guy in the hand, like he kept shooting. Girl sitting in the car. The cop shot the girl in the head. She dies in the hospital. They had to take her off life support. It's just been a lot of stuff going on in this, not just this world, just here at home in the United States. That's waking us up to a lot of stuff. The cops, y'all about to have your day. If you want to be a cop, you need to be fully committed to your motherfucking job. If you're not going to be fully committed to it, then you don't need that job. Every day you see something on the cops and it's not good. Cops are supposed to be for good. You are supposed to be there to serve and protect, not to fucking hide shit. Y'all hiding a lot of stuff, and all of this stuff that y'all doing, just like you said, was done in the dark is coming to light. And you must keep fighting. Keep fighting this. You can't just let this go nowhere. You have to fight it if you want justice, if you want peace, if you want... I don't even know what else to say. I'm getting mad. I'm getting real mad, y'all. But thank you guys for watching. Don't be silent. If you see stuff happening, just don't be silent. Speak up. Say something. That's all I got to say, because I'm getting real frustrated with the police. I'm getting real frustrated. Anything you want to add on? Because I'm done. Thank y'all for watching. Why are you laughing?
I'm not laughing.
What the fuck is so? We still recording?
Yes, I know. The fuck is so funny?
Nothing. Stop recording.
I'm about to now.